All hail the king! All hail the king! King Jalen Hurts! All hail the king! Holy cow. So let me get this right. King Hurts. Yes, I don't have time for the White House, that's not on my calendar for the month of April. So I'm going to pass on going to the White House with my team. My friend and my cohort on my Eagle team, AJ Brown, I can't go to his engagement. I have more of a lineup to go with my suit in my fitting for my suit that I'll be wearing at the Met Gala. When me and my new wife show up on the red carpet, I will be doing interviews with E! Entertainment, and I will make sure that I put that. Hey, Bob Lang, could you please put anything on my calendar and run it through Nicole Lynn? Thank you very much. Over at Clutch Sports. I want to make sure that His Highness King Hurts understands that, this is about me. I am the official caboose of the Philadelphia Eagles because I went for a joyride all 2004 on the back of the train called the Saquon Barkley Express. How you doing? Excuse me. Yeah, Bob, can you make sure you have tea and crumpets for all? And we'll have a fireside chat with Obama. Obama's, yes, he's good. Okay. Yes. Holy cow. This guy thinks he's Tom Brady. Holy shit. Hey, I didn't want to go to my buddy's engagement because I had a fitting for my suit. By the way, Stephon Diggs, were you Nelson Mandela? That was quite a scut you had on there. Hey, these football guys, man. Some of these guys needed to get their man card taken away with some of the outfits they were wearing. Holy shit. Stephon Diggs, seriously, man. That guy looked like Nelson Mandela. You see my cape and my dress. Yes, and I am wearing hose. I'm not a hose. I am a hoe. Oh, no. I am a unemployed wide receiver as of right now. Holy shit. Hey, I didn't know men could look like that in dresses. Wait, Dennis Rodman at least was a 9-time or 11-time rebounding champ and a 3-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Holy cow. King Hurts. Yes. His Highness has his throne there in South Philly. They got a brand new parking spot for King Hurts. Yes. I mean, holy shit. Is this guy an ego? Time Man of the Year, man. When you get to Time Man of the Year, that puts you right there on that pedestal, huh? Hey, how about improving your passing game, kid? Hey, by the way, I'm going to make this point to you. The Philadelphia Eagles 2004-2005 Super Bowl team, here's something new for all you Eagle fans to have to digest. Ready? Old news. Old news. This is a brand new year, 2025. Old news. Stop bringing up Super Bowl champs. Doesn't matter. Old news. It is a low-hanging fruit comeback. It has nothing to do with this year. Zero. For the record, our boy Xander will join us at 3:30. John Morgan. The legendary John Morgan from Morgan & Morgan at 4:30, and Boomer Esiason will join us. That'll be at 5:30 from WFAN in New York. We will get his thoughts. Maybe he was at the Met Gala last night, seeing Jalen and all his cohorts there with the NFL. How you doing? By the way, see this? Old news. See this? Old news. See this? Old news. Old news. Completely different football team. You guys and I had a little conversation. We're going to go over that topic from yesterday. Old news. Every single time somebody brings that up, folks, tell them old news. Old news. You want every time you bring up Super Bowl and you say Super Bowl, old news. Rear view mirror. Old news. Old news. Old news. Old news. Old news and new team. Get yourselves buckled up. How you doing? Oh, we got a shitload of topics today. We absolutely do. Quarterbacks at the Met Gala should be working on his passing game because he blows as a quarterback when it comes to throwing the ball. Let me say this to you. How many people in here believe this? If that football team doesn't win the Super Bowl, you're going to have a major meltdown with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. Yes or no? In my opinion, the only reason you do not have a nuclear meltdown is because the old news team won it. You will have a nuclear meltdown if A.J. Brown has the same season but no Super Bowl. Absolutely true. Prediction. There will be a catastrophic meltdown if A.J. Brown has the same season he had a year ago and you do not win it. And you're 30th in passing. Yes or no? You want to see the lies in here? Watch this. Never. Why, you had it last year when you were on your Super Bowl run. Absolutely a lie. Everyone in here and these Eagle fans are fucking lying. Lying. What's this? Liar. Liar. Okay? There you go. Liar. It's all gravy now. That's a good take, actually. Hey, they got their ring. F it now, right? There you go. I completely agree. Liar. Nobody in here doesn't believe. Hell, AJ has meltdowns when you're winning. 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 Liar. Let's go, Big Sills afternoon. What do you think of Chiriani? Still no contract yet. Hey, the greatest coach in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles. Where's his deal? The highest paid coach in North American sports. $25 million. Where is it? Oh, wait, they've already cut it. And they're keeping the number one salary in all of North American coaching silent. Yeah, that sounds like the Eagles. Okay? Yeah, that sounds like them. A.J. Brown / A.J. Owens. If that guy, hey, for those of you in here who have a common sense, old news. For those of you who have common sense, if the passing offense is 30th again and they don't win the Super Bowl, how do you think that wonderful relationship between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts will go this year? I'm going to make a point to you. This is a huge year for A.J. A.J.'s not guaranteed to retire an Eagle, and he's not going to. He's not going to. 2000, bro, that means doo-doo. Doo-doo. You can have years left on your contract. and still get moved. That's Hassan Reddick's ass. That's CJ Gardner-Johnson. Ask him. You could have years still on your deal, and they'll move your ass. Don't talk to me about that. Stop acting stupid. A.J. Brown, get this. He'll get a 2-year contract extension when you got to pay all those guys on defense. Fake news. That ain't happening. Why in the world would I pay a run? Why would I pay A.J. Brown all that money when I'm running the football with Barkley? Why in the world would I do that? I'm going to put more of my money in the O-line, all right? A.J. Owens will have a meltdown in 2025. Book it. Book it, Dano. Kyle, great take. Great take. Take of the day. I'm going to start writing it down. And at the end of the program, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start awarding people on supers take of the day. Kyle, right now, Kyle the Polish guy. Holy God. Here we go. Kyle the Polish guy, my boy, my statistician. You were the first one up with the best one. AJ Meltdown. AJ Ski. 2025. You're the first one up on the Big Sills Price is Right. How you doing? There's my boy, New Jersey Maniac. I love this guy. Oh, hey, what do you mean not that today? What do you think? We're going fishing for guppies? That's the people at the gala and over there at the Met Gala where King Hurts and Nelson Mandela Diggs were sitting there showing off their gear. Yeah. AJ already has 1 foot out the door. Kimbo's. Look at this. That's another one. Kimbo's. Seriously, at the end of the program each day, someone's getting the Big Sills Take of the Day award. It's a merit badge. Wear it proudly. Very few get it. How many people believe that A.J. Brown's got to have a huge year this year to come back for 2027? I do. What's the point of having that guy on the football team if that guy's not going to have the ball thrown to him and he's going to start bitching, and rightfully so? Xander Krause, once again, with the good start of a topic. Big Sills will finish it. Well, let's see. He's already considered one of the top 3, if not my favorite, or second favorite wideout in the game. A.J. Brown is the second best wide receiver in football next to the guy in Minnesota. If he had a better passer, this is why he's melting down. If A.J. Brown had a decent passer, he'd be catching $2,000. How in the world could you look at that and go, well, the guy's got 1,300 yards and the quarterback can't throw for 3,000 yards? Can you imagine if he actually had somebody? This is about legacy now. He's got his ring. He's got 2 NFC title rings. This is about gold jacket for A.J. Brown. This guy has almost the trifecta. If he finishes in the top 10 in receiving yards, with the Super Bowl and 2 Super Bowl appearances. You want to hear this? Randy Moss, he doesn't have a Super Bowl championship. Megatron doesn't have a Super Bowl championship. This will put him in that room where very few people who were considered the top wideouts in their decade had a Super Bowl title next to their name. This is about his legacy. Xander made some comment yesterday about Malik Neighbors. I'll practice all this and that. Well, guess what? AJ's got the hardest task of his resume done. That's winning a Super Bowl. Wide receivers are divas, rightfully so. These guys want the ball thrown to them, rightfully so. These guys are high paid, rightfully so. Now it's about filling in the resume. Have you won a title? Yes. Have you been one of the most prolific passers or pass catchers? Yes. Imagine if you had anybody who was decent at throwing the ball. Anybody's better than Hurts throwing the ball. This is not about winning anymore. This is about legacies. That's why he's bitching quietly. That will change. Get this. Just run the ball. That guy's not worried about that now. He's worried about legacy. Hey, get this. This guy's a fucking idiot if he doesn't know how wide receivers act. You tell me, folks, is AJ right now in the part of his career where he thinks about his resume and legacy? Yes or no? You think this guy's a team guy? He was bitching how they were winning last year. Wow. Keep denying it and lying. Liars. Liars. You can't admit it. This guy doesn't give a shit any longer about winning. He has. He has won. This is about his resume now. This is about him and being considered one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history. And you're not going to be one of the greatest wide receivers when you're on one of the worst passing teams in NFL history. You might be on the worst passing team to ever win a Super Bowl. Get this. Hating on Hurts? I'm not hating on Hurts. I'm talking about A.J. Brown. And if it so happens that he doesn't have a quarterback who can't even sniff through $4,000 and he wants more targets and more passes, it's the facts. Elite. Yes, A.J. Brown, huge year, although 2024 he was second team All-Pro. Did he make the Pro Bowl too? By the way, Jason, he wants that to continue. You start getting rid of Dallas Goedert, adding tool tight ends and a fullback. Let me ask you guys something here. Put this into your little thinking process. Do you think adding a fullback is a good sign for the receivers and the quarterback in the passing game? Or do you think it's more of an indictment on the quarterback that they're going to run it more? Yes or no? Do you think that's a good sign for the wideouts? A.J. Brown can make $35 million anywhere in the league right now. Get this. This has nothing to do with resume. He's got that done. Missing it, all of you. You think these players right now are thinking about team when you've won a Super Bowl? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Dude, I'm not talking about what you have to do that's right. Wait a minute. Sue, get this. Sue, running the ball, playing team offense, I'm not disputing that. I am not disputing what's right. I'm talking about what's right for A.J. Brown. Get this. These people think I'm reaching here. Okay, yeah. A.J.'s job is only job now is blocking now. You think that's what that guy wants? Absolutely not. Reaching, I'm reaching. Right. Okay. Because that's how A.J. Brown acts. Reaching. You're denying. So compare Aikman and Hurts' passing. I'm not talking about Aikman and Hurts. I'm talking about A.J. Brown. That's who I'm talking about. Bro, you're missing it again. Missing it again. And for the record, Latino, Troy Aikman had Emmitt Smith for 12 years. 12 years. He had Emmitt. You've had Barkley 1. 12 years. Emmitt Smith was in Dallas. It's a far cry, dude. It's a far cry. Sills, that type of stats, AJ will be. No, he wasn't. Oh, my God. Are you guys high? So let me ask you this. If A.J. Brown is on one of the 5 worst passing offenses this year and you don't win it, how's that going to end the season, in your opinion? Ask yourself. You be all right with it? You have one of the 5 worst passing teams in football. Well, Sills, that didn't result. I'm not talking about your Super Bowl or how to win a game here. That's not what we're talking about. You're trying to confuse 2 topics. Stay with me, kids. Yeah. Why mean, Sil? Mean? There's no mean. I'm trying to make a point to you. And your stupidity. Ask yourself. M. Reyes says this stat or this comment is wrong. If you don't win a Super Bowl and you're one of the 5 worst passing teams again, AJ's cool with that. That's what M. Fraud's saying. M. Fraud is saying that he's okay with that. Okay? Not about me, douche. Hey, la bada douche. Not about me. Jalen is busy attending mate galas, shopping for silks and skulls, yachting on the French Riviera, going to the caviar tastings, and playing a game of squash and cricket. Then a little bit of polo there at the Gentlemen's Club. Yes, in Dorchester, up in nice Massachusetts. Pump's on that list now. Dorchester, the Polo and Yacht Club, where they hold the America's Cup and up in Kennebunkport, with the bushes. King Hurts, how you doing? Sills, A.J. Owens complaining more than OnlyFans. Yeah, hey, there you go, Kyle. I didn't call you mean. You misread it, Sills. What's new, right, Eagle? Yeah. Thank you, brother. Hold on. I'm keeping score here today with you guys. 88 didn't reach 1,100 yards until he came. I'm not talking about this right now. I'm talking about Hall of Fame. Should blame himself. Why? He came for the winning. Wait a minute. Rashid. Thank you very much. Rashid. He came for the winning. He had to have that checked off on his resume. So he's got 2 NFC titles. Now, it's like Sue said, this is gravy for him. Now it's about filling in as Sue would hate, thoughts. Because that's what receivers are paid on, is thoughts. Okay? Okay? Yes. I'm talking about resumes here. Okay? Yeah, Dan don't do drugs. You imagine me on drugs? Holy cow. That'd be a problem. Okay? Hey, all I'm saying to you guys is you can guarantee you. Hey, how about this one? let's kind of expand on a topic those guys were hitting on. How do you think this offseason would be if you didn't win the Super Bowl and you were 30th in passing? How do you think that relationship with Jalen and AJ would be? You're known as one of the worst passing teams in football. You think any receiver in the league would want to play with Jalen Hurts at wideout? Why? You don't get paid on winning. Can't spell Sileo without likes. Can't spell Reyes without a ray of bullshit. Hey, he don't want to admit it. That's fine. Most of you don't. You have one of the 5 worst passing teams in football. Facts. Facts. Yes, get this. Do you have one of the 5 worst? Hey, you want to see something that's actually a fact? And watch people not be able. AJ sees the writing on the wall. He's no fool. Absolutely true. Let me ask you this. Do you guys think you have one of the 5 worst passing teams in football? Yes or no? Here. Do you guys think you have one of the 5 worst passing teams in football? Yes or no? Get this. No. No. The guy throws for as many yards as the guy at Army did this year. Nah, really. This guy couldn't even throw for 3,000 yards last year. So, yeah, I'm sure top flight wide receivers are scrambling to get to Philly and block for Saquon. Hey, yeah, I'm sure that's what Tyreek Hill wants to do. Yeah, put me up there. No, I'm looking to find a quarterback who can get me the ball. What about winning? Screw it. I don't care. 5 worst passing teams and all of pro football. I'm talking about A.J. Brown's resume. Nothing more. Do you think he's happy with a quarterback who's one of the worst passing quarterbacks in the game? A reach? What's a lie? You think Jalen's lit it up throwing the ball in the league? Absolutely not. He's been one of the worst starting quarterbacks on a good team in the league when it comes to the pocket. Facts. I mean, what are you looking at? What exactly are you looking at? Get this. That's not what we're talking about. Old news. Okay? What is that thing? I'm not talking about Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about A.J. Brown. I'm not talking about Hurts, His Majesty. I'm talking about A.J. Brown. Stay with me, folks. Stay with me. Okay? I'm not talking about Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about A.J. Brown. Stay with me, kid. Very simple. This is a very easy exercise. Oh, okay. Now we're getting into a different area. Stills, nobody cares if AJ's happy or not. Well, wait a minute. Then why are you paying him $35 million? To make him happy? Why? Why are you making so you're paying a guy $35 million and you don't care if he's happy? Then why'd you give him a 2-year contract extension when you had 2 years remaining? Wally? Well, wait a minute. Not having A.J. Brown would hurt the team on the field. And I'm not saying it wouldn't. A.J. Brown's on one of the worst passing offenses in all of pro football. One of the 5 worst. You're not getting to the Hall of Fame on being considered one of the 5 worst passing teams in football. Sills, we won the Super Bowl. No one's talking about that. I'm talking about A.J. Brown's legacy. You're missing it once again. Don't tie in the Eagle winning. That's true. I'm going to run the ball. Hey, this coming season, I'm going to put the fullback in, and I'm going to ride Saquon Barkley. No question. Nobody's debating that. I'm talking about A.J. Brown's legacy and how he sees his place in NFL history. And if you don't think that right now, as he's climbing near 30, is something in his agenda, you're nuts. Seals A.J. Brown and Derrick Henry in Tennessee. Okay? You just hate. I'm not talking about Jalen Hurts. This is about A.J. Stay with me, son. Thank you for the super. That's not a horrible super chat. So you're going to be number 4. Kwanku? You're number 4. You're absolutely missing this. You're missing. That's correct. What's next? Hall of Fame. You're missing it, Sydney. You can't stay. You think A.J. Brown is going to do what's best for the team. He's not. No player does. Once you win that ring, now it's about filling in resume. Let me tell you something. Without the Super Bowl appearances, Hurts goes nowhere near the Super Bowl. Excuse me, the Hall of Fame. Nowhere near it because he will not even in today's passing game, he's considered below average. Okay? I am talking about A.J. Brown and how he sees his place in NFL history moving forward. Get this. Nobody is talking about this. It has nothing to do with our conversation on A.J. Brown. Nothing. So let me ask you something here. Let me look something up. Let's take a look at somebody who just got inducted into the Patriot Hall of Fame. Let's take a look at this. I'll show you something here. Let's see here. Okay. So Julian Edelman has 3 Super Bowl championship rings, an MVP in the Super Bowl. He has 6,822 receiving yards. You think he's going to Pro Football Hall of Fame? Is that guy going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Got 3 rings. He's got a Super Bowl MVP. You think Julian Edelman's going to the Hall of Fame? 3 rings. An MVP in that game. He's got less than 7,000 receiving yards. AJ will have a Pro Bowl year and Sills will be eating up. Sure. Yeah. Okay. You better win the Super Bowl or he'll be screaming at you. Get this. How many people believe a guy with less than 7,000 receiving yards, he's going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame with 3 rings and an MVP in the Super Bowl? I don't. The only way he's going to the Hall of Fame is if he buys the ticket. It's got to be the numbers. Right? It's not winning. Shit, Edelman, if I look down Julian Edelman, I bet you Julian Edelman is one of the all-time receivers postseason-wise. I bet you he has, when you talk about all-time receivers in postseason, Edelman's got to be up there. Guy won't sniff a Hall of Fame. There is no more accomplished wide receiver in Super Bowl play than Julian Edelman. That includes Randy Moss. Excuse me. Jerry Rice. Yes, still stirring drama. Hey, hold on here. What's this? What did I see? Stats? Julian Edelman has 3 Super Bowl rings. And a Super Bowl MVP. That's not a stat. According to you, Edelman's going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He'll never go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ever. So what gets you in? What gets you in? I see. Get this. So you're going to apply it because you think he's some team guy. Edelman is more of a postseason champion than A.J. Brown will ever be. But A.J.'s got a shot at the Hall of Fame. Edelman doesn't. And he's more accomplished in the postseason. Why would A.J. go in? Stats. So, right? Take a look at where he is right now. Let's see. All-time receiving yards. NFL. Let's take a look at it, where he is. So let's do this. Let's take a look at this. Guys, please hit the like button. Larry Fitzgerald, no Super Bowl wins. Number 2. Terrell Owens, no Super Bowl wins. He's number 3. Randy Moss, no Super Bowl wins. He's number 4. Tony Gonzalez, no Super Bowl wins. He's number 6. These are Hall of Famers. Tim Brown, Hall of Famer, no Super Bowl rings. Number 7. Marvin Harrison, Super Bowl, and Canton. Andre Johnson, Hall of Fame, no Super Bowls. Number 11. Chris Carter, no Super Bowls, Hall of Fame. Number 12. Andre Reed, number 15, Hall of Fame. No rings. So would you rather be a Hall of Famer or 3 Super Bowl wins? Again, you're moving the yardsticks. I'm talking about A.J. Brown. He's got the ring. Now he wants the Hall of Fame. He wants it both. Julian Edelman is not a Hall of Fame wide receiver, and he's got 3 Super Bowls and an MVP in that game. And for the record, any NFL player will tell you, I'd rather be a Hall of Famer. Or I'd rather be what? Are you going to try to tell me that you think that Jahan Dotson, because he's got a ring, is better than Larry Fitzgerald? How asinine of a take is that? I'd rather be Jahan Dotson and Britton Covey than Larry Fitzgerald or Randy Moss or Terrell Owens. Get this. Look at this douche. Alabala douche. This guy'd rather have a Super Bowl ring and be Britton Covey than Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, or Larry Fitzgerald. Funny. Who in their right mind would be that? Who in their right mind would say that? You could be a scrub and have a Super Bowl ring. You could be a scrub. You're right. The king, the king. Hey, that's why when you guys are going like this, look at Jalen. Hey, Jalen. This guy's a fifth worst passing offense in pro football, and he's at a gala instead of working on his game like Brady. Oh, I've got like tea and crumpets and Deutschstar at the cricket club. And yes, and we'll be attending the America's Cup this year. It's just the way it is. Every 4 years, they have it down in Australia or up in Rhode Island, or they're off the coast of San Diego, at the San Diego Yacht Club. Holy cow. The Met Gala. Yeah. I mean, what guy didn't look right there? It was Hurts. I mean, everyone else kind of looked and fit in. I don't know. Then there was Jalen. I'm like, fifth worst passing quarterback in pro football. The Super Bowl MVP on the caboose of the team, because the team was led by the freight train known as the Barkley Freight Train. Oh, man. I wonder how AJ is going to handle that this year, man, when you guys don't win the Super Bowl. I'm probably going to be good. It's going to be so – oh, my God. Hey, last year watching this, and now this year, this is going to be even better. Oh, my God. What a year this is going to be. Holy cow. Is this going to be great? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to be taking notes on how this whole thing went. Okay? Oh, okay. I'll take the field. You're on. I'll take the field versus the Eagles this year. We're going to talk about your so-called conversation we had yesterday. And I'm going to point some things out that all of you missed. Sorry, I got to talk a little more regal now because the king is speaking. He has a royal court now, the clutch folks. Make sure that, we have to have a little more of a regal attitude here. Let's see here. I'm at 4 now with decent takes off the supers. We're going to have a take of the day. So far, it's Kyle. These guys are idiots. Super Bowl's a team award. Thank you, Mikey. Mikey, you're on this. Mikey. Hall of Fame is an individual award that awards the best of the best. Your name will live forever. It's a great take. Great. Mikey, you're in there. You and Kyle are going to battle it out right now. Even though that other dude, he gave me a shitty one, he's on this list. Ass kissing is not part of the take of the day. Prediction, this will be AJ's last season. That right there, Duel, I'm with you. Let's go here. AJ doesn't have a shot at the Hall of Fame unless traded, because it'll increase his numbers if he goes somewhere with a big-time quarterback. Jalen Hurts is a court jester. Kyle, I'm going to leave the first one. Let's, but thank you. Thank you. I got 6. 6 candidates for take of the day. Okay? 6. Can you see AJ this year if they're 30th again in passing? He's out there blocking again like he did in Tennessee. Yeah. If I were AJ right now, where would I want to be? I'd want to be traded to Buffalo. I'd want to be traded to who throws the ball better than this guy? Tampa. Oh my God, AJ Brown taking over for Mike Evans in Tampa would be good. Let's see. Who else throws the ball exceptionally better than this guy? Shit, the guy in Carolina does. Almost beat him. He was the best quarterback on the field that day. Let's see. Where else could he go? I don't want to go to Arizona if I'm AJ. I don't want to go to I don't want to go to LA Rams because I don't know what they're going to do there. You know, I have no idea what they're going to have there as a passer after Stafford. So that's not something I'm interested in. Barkley attended. No issues. Hurts attend. Same event. A joke of bias much. Wait, hey, DC, it's not that he missed. Barkley's been at everywhere. He went to the White House, went to the Met Gala, representing the Eagles. He doesn't pick and choose. He's there for the Eagle organization, no matter if it's something you like or something you don't like. There lies the difference. I'll pick and choose. I don't want to be with my team, so I'm going to be here with, the celebrities because I'm now a celebrity because I'm Time Man of the Week. Dude, Saquon Barkley has no prejudices. He represents himself and his organization the right way. He attends everything. With his team, without his team. Okay? That's the quintessential face of a franchise. Sometimes you do shit you don't like to do. I don't know. I have more respect for Saquon Barkley than I do Hurts. And Jalen, I have respect for. I do. I just have more respect for Barkley. Boy, I'll tell you, if you're the New York Giants, I can't wait to get Boomer Esiason on at 5:30. How do you let that kind of character walk out your building? How do you let that kind of character walk out? No wonder the Giants are a shit organization. You can't let that kind of character. I get John McMullen's take. The Giants aren't set up for that. But I'll ask you this. Are the Giants missing just the fact you're talking about a running back? You're talking about a leader. Okay? A.J. Brown in a chart. Ooh. Sig. Yes. A.J. Brown in L.A. with all the hoochie mamas catching 1,600 yards a year with that big arm. Got your Super Bowl ring in the bag already. Get to hang out on the beach. Get to be a star like His Majesty. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. These are always my favorite. Or where's this? This is always my favorite. That's always my favorite, especially in today's times. Oh, God, I love those takes. Those are the best. Those right there, Jed, one of my favorite takes. Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorites. Can't get away from that because you always have a guy in here that's a complete asshole. Sills, you act like everybody has to be the best friends. No, I don't. Not everybody on the team is. The only thing that matters is that you get your shit together come game day. So you think that that locker room had nothing to do with each other last year and those guys and how they played? Is that correct? Okay. Really? I thought that was one of the best football teams together-wise I'd ever seen. Guys, do me a favor. Please, on this historical, majestic day here, after the Met Gala, hit the like button, and we respect you, and we may knight someone at the end of the program as the take of the day. So we thank you very much for your humble attendance here today. It's got to be more regal, doesn't it? Can't just be big sales barking all the time. It's got to have a culture. Because we have the culture now of the king. King Hutz and his mysterious court of whomever. Oh, mud on to me. This can't get any better. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, let's move on to this one. So yesterday we had a conversation. By the way, all super chats, some of you will be considered for the take of the day, and you will get a Big Sales merit badge. Some of you will not. I only pass these out on days like this when we're celebrating royalty from the royal family now. Don't fall in love with players. Love the team. Well, that doesn't work for wideouts. You're right. Hey, by the way, none of you are wrong. Just we got to run. Are you saying we shouldn't run the ball? No. I'm not saying that. Still, you're saying we should go away from what we did a year ago? No. I think we should do more of it. I'm sure that'll I'm sure that fullback being added is a great sign for A.J. Brown and his targets, is having a fullback added. Adding a fullback means what? Less throws. More running. With the freight train known as Barkley. I'm sorry, I don't know how I'm doing. I don't know why I'm in this. I feel like royalty today. It's like a royal, like, when you're watching like the royal family and they're at Windsor. I don't know why I'm thinking this way. Kind of crazy, actually. Rich people do rich people shit. Let the man enjoy. If he's worked his whole life for this. Hey, wait a minute, Jack. Let me ask you something. It's funny. During Brady's time and during Peyton Manning's time, Peyton Manning still doesn't have a social media, any presence whatsoever. And when he played, he never was involved with it. He never really went out anywhere, and nor did Brady ever go out. Brady just got through telling Shedeur Sanders, stop buying Rolls Royces, get in the film room, study more, prepare more. I don't remember Brady at Gallows and at a cricket club and enjoying life. I don't remember. I have no idea why I'm in this mode. It's kind of refreshing in a way, kind of like, you could be somebody you're not. Oh, maybe that's what he's doing. Because I thought he was a humble guy. See, I like people that stick to who they are because that makes it genuine. But playing with the contract. Okay? AJ was on pace for 1,400 yards if not injured. If he would have been third in the league with 1,500 plus yards on bad teams, isn't it guaranteed either? Hey, Kyle, I know this. He's got a better chance of having 1,500 yards every year with a better passer than being on a team. Okay? Than being on a team. I got you here. Jesus, criminy. Relax. Than being on a team. And by the way, these conversations always seemingly get upsetting to people because you know why? I'm not talking about Jalen Hurts here, actually. I don't know why you guys are. I'm talking about A.J. Brown and how he acts. You're missing this entire conversation. You're missing the entire conversation. You are over here hearing something different. And I'm trying to talk to you about a player that believes in targets and yards are going to make him a Hall of Fame football player. You are completely missing my conversation today. Okay? Completely missing it. You're so concerned about if Hurts is if somebody's talking bad about him or saying anything that helps another player out, you get your panties in a bind. It's not what this is. This is a conversation about one guy, A.J. Brown, no one else. And you can't handle it. I'm only going off the way the player acts, A.J. Brown. I made a comparison to you. Julian Edelman, if he had been and had better numbers, he'd be a slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer. But he did what was right for the team and stayed in New England. And he won 3 Super Bowls. Super Bowl MVP, one of the great postseason players of all time. And he'll go nowhere near the Hall of Fame. Players want to go to the Hall of Fame, too, when everything's said and done. They want both. And that's what Brown wants. And I don't blame him. A.J. Brown's got the Super Bowl ring. He's been there twice. That's better than any modern-day receiver in the – name me a wide receiver in today's NFL that has a shot at the Hall of Fame right now that's active, that has the resume of A.J. Brown. But by the way, let's see where he's ranked. Shit. Never happened. Where is he? A.J. Brown is 162nd in pro football. How old is this guy? How old is A.J. Brown? Somebody help me out. Kyle, how old is he? He is 162nd in a modern-day passing NFL. I mean, he's not even in the top 150. Say he gets $6 more grand. Okay? Say he gets $6 more grand over the next 4 years. 28, 29, 30, 31. Was 32 years old. Let's see what $4 grand. That pits him 60th. You think a guy like that is going to go to the Hall of Fame 60th in receiving yards? 60th. That's if he gets $5 grand. He's 162nd right now. And on the 30th ranked passing attack, he ain't getting there. That's my point. That's what he's looking at. He's got the winning. Dude, this guy's closer to 200 than he is to the top 20. Get this. There is no shot in hell that A.J. Brown will finish in the top 20 in pass receiving with that quarterback and with that offense currently constructed the way it's going to be this year. You think that guy's going to end up with 14,000 yards to get into the top 20? Never happened. He's going to gain 7,000 more yards at the age of 28. This guy's looking at Hall of Fame now. That's what he sees. He knows it. That put him over Sterling Sharp? Let's see. It's a good take. I never thought Sterling Sharp was a Hall of Famer, but he got in on the Veterans Committee. Remember that? He got in on the Veterans Committee. It took 26 years to get him in. Let's see. Shannon is at 10,000. Let's see. Sterling. Where is Sterling? Sterling's got 8,000. And I think he played, let's see, he's 109 right now. And he played in 112 ball games. He only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And he got in with 8,000 yards. He got in on the Veterans Committee. That's a 25-year process. So he may get in 25 years after he's retired. Get this. Once again, not knowing the Hall of Fame process. That's 25 years after his retirement. Oh, wait. Let's double check that. how many years after would AJ potentially have to wait? Let's see, 109. There's Sterling. Actually played with Sterling. Actually made a couple all-star teams with Sterling. Let's see, what was his last season? 1993. So how many years? Let's see. 2000. Nice try, kid. Let's see here. 1993. Let's see here. 32 years. So maybe in 32 years, after A.J. Brown's retired, he'll get in. Maybe. Okay? Maybe he'll get in. Only took 4 decades. I mean, Hall of Fame? He's on a trajectory to be a Hall of Fame? How do you see that? Just because you have a resume, I'm winning a Super Bowl and going to 2. I showed you a guy with 3 rings and a Super Bowl MVP, and will go nowhere near the Hall of Fame. He may get in. Julian Edelman may get in one day on the Veterans Committee. Well, that'll be 30 years from now. And get this, of the top 10 guys, how many guys won Super Bowl rings? 1? 2? 3. And 2 of them were with the Colts. Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. And Wayne ain't in yet. Jerry Rice, 3. 7 of the top 10 didn't win Super Bowls and got into the Hall of Fame. Why? Well, because of numbers. Okay? Here, that's easy. Every game that Jerome didn't play, I had 10 tackles a game. Would you like me to show you? Because I can. He missed 4 games his senior year. Every game he wasn't in, I had north of 12 tackles in those games. I had like 49 tackles in the 4 games he didn't play and 4 sacks. Sills, do you think Hines Ward should be a Hall of Famer? Let's take a look at that. $12,000 receiving yards. Number 30 all time. That'll change. I believe he's a Super Bowl champion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of his 14 years. And he was a Pro Bowler 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Had 100 catches once. Close. You can make the argument that Hines Ward's got as good a resume as A.J. Brown will ever have. A.J.'s a better player than Hines, though. He's a better ball player. So, yes. Again, guys are missing the point. You're completely missing what I said today. I knew that it's so predictable that anytime the passing game is brought up, every Eagle fan has a meltdown over His Highness. Instead of pointing out you have one of the 5 worst passing games in football. Whatever. Super Bowl champs, old news. Old news. It's a different team. And it's factual. I went back and looked at our topic. Okay? You don't have anywhere near the same team. We have the same core. Well, we're going to take a look at that here in a moment. If you think that A.J. Brown is going to be cool being one of the 5 worst passing teams in football, Didn't Xander tell you guys the mentality of a Malik Neighbors and how receivers think? That's not just isolated to the receiver in New York. That's how they all think. And you think that's you think that's just like something that, well, because he's an Eagle. No, the only reason he didn't bitch is because they won. He was bitching when they were winning, reading books on the sideline. Yeah, right. Because that's a book he reads. You know what that is also? That's a lack of interest in what's going on around you. Because he has no caring about how they're winning ball games. Let me tell you something. I don't mind guys being eccentric. I really don't. But when you're on the sidelines with me and you're sitting there and you're making a statement and a visual statement that, well, how we're winning ball games really has nothing to do with me. So I'll read a book to make me feel a little bit more inspired. That's all I need to know about the guy. It's not that he's not a good player. He's a fabulous player. Not that he's not a good teammate. He's a fabulous teammate. He's a wide receiver in today's NFL. There's a reason those guys make the money they make. Why? Because it's a high-profile position. Hey, dude, it's one thing to be a D tackle or edge rusher. Those guys have high profile too. Corners, high profile. Quarterbacks, Majesty, King Hurts, all high profile. AJ's no different. AJ wants to leave this game a Hall of Famer. And I want him to too. Rooting for him. Dude, he's doing all the right things. When you put his name, by the way, so you guys know, and many of you do know this already, I put a list together for Hall of Famers every year. A.J. Brown, was he a teammate in the blocking game? Yes. Did he bitch? Who cares? Who cares? Did he produce? Absolutely. Who did he block for? Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. And still produced numbers and won. And finished in the top 20 in receiving. Shit. How do you not consider him? That's if he gets there. AJ, record consecutive 175 games in NFL ever. HOF. AJ, record consecutive 175-yard game. Bro, you're out of your fucking mind if you think one season or one game's getting you to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Name me one guy in pro football history that had a superstar year in an average career and got in. Name me one. Name me one player. How many of those 2,000-yard rushers got in the Hall of Fame? Take a look at this. Shit, I need a guy with 3 Super Bowl rings and MVP to get in. 2,000-yard rushing club. NFL. Let's see. Let's see how many of these guys are in. I'll bet you quite a few of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. OJ's in. Dickerson's in. Sanders is in. Davis is in. Jamal Lewis is in. Chris Johnson is in. Peterson will be. Henry will be. So 6 of the 9. Barkley's not getting in. Doesn't have enough rushing yards. He won't even finish in the top 20 in rushing. Let's see where Barkley is. Career rushing. He's at 7,000 rushing yards. And how old is he? Let's see here. He's 28. Never happened. So 6 of the 9 guys got in. Yeah. And once again, nothing on Barkley. The New York Giants hosed him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. OJ, Dickerson, Sanders, Davis. Lewis didn't get in. Johnson didn't get in. Peterson will. Henry will. Barkley will not. So there'll be 3 of the 9 will not get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You know why? Those guys all had one great year. Let me say this. Barkley gets injured this year. It's over. He has to have like 5,000 rushing yards just to get into the top 20. Tomlinson never gained $2,000. Okay? All right, bottom of the hour. Xander's going to join us. John Morgan will join us at 4:30. Boomer Esiason will hit us up. That'll be at 5:30. Xander, we got to text him at 4 o'clock. Boomer Esiason, just to make sure, because he's going to be in traffic and he's hoping that he can get there for us at 5:30. So we got to touch him up there at 4 o'clock at the top of the hour Eastern time. Get this. This guy, once again, misses the entire point again. He says if Barkley has another Super Bowl run, he'll get in. I just named you a guy with 3 Super Bowl rings and a Super Bowl MVP, and he's not in. But Barkley gets in? How? If Julian Edelman doesn't get in and he doesn't have the numbers to get in, he's got the rings. He's got a Super Bowl MVP. How does Barkley get in? Edelman deserves more of an opportunity to go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame than Barkley does. I mean, what are you talking about here? Who's had a better postseason career? Julian Edelman, by far. He won't get in. Doesn't have the numbers. Doesn't have the numbers. Terrell Davis got in. Yeah, Terrell Davis got in because they looked at his injuries. That's how he got in. Barkley's no Terrell Davis. Dude, what up? I'm not going to debate that stupid conversation when you're 70th in rushing and you're 28 years old. Okay. Good luck to you. Hope it works out. All right. So yesterday we had a spirited conversation. Please hit the like button here. So here was the topic. The 2025 Eagles are completely different right now than what you had 82 days ago. And here are the facts. It's not the same team. Let's start with the offense. New coordinator. New right guard. No tight end. You've downsized. I mean, where have you gotten better on offense from your Super Bowl team of 83 days ago? Is that not a different offense? The architect's gone. Right guard's gone. And Dallas Goedert's gone. I'm just asking. Is it a different offense? Yes or no? Let's see how imbecilic this is. Okay? Is it? Keep praying. Keep praying, my friend. Keep praying. Nothing like hope. Nothing like hope. Keep praying there. So, what do you think of the offense? What do you think the impact of a new court? You guys are ripping the Detroit Lions for losing a coordinator. Well, how about you? And adding a guy who's never been a play caller. You all right? New play caller. One player missing in the O-line. Actually, 2 players missing in the O-line. Dallas Goedert and Mekhi Becton. Okay? I'm asking you about you, not others. You. Where have you gotten better on offense? Just a question. Nothing's wrong here on May 6th. Okay? If scare tactics are questions, you need to man up, dude. Where did you get better? Keep praying, son. Keep praying. If he stays healthy, you got better. Okay? So, you got a new coordinator. You've lost 2 players in your O-line. Okay? All right. So it's not the same offense. Or wait, do you think it's the same offense in 2025 that it was in 24? Do you? Yes or no? Again, no wrong answer. It's the same offense. You lost 3 starters. Steve says yes. Not worse. Lost 3 starters. Or, excuse me, 2 starters and a coordinator. Better. The Eagles were not perfect. You were 30th in passing. You were spectacular in one factor. Okay? Remains to be seen. I'll take that. Not talking about every team. I'm talking about the Philadelphia Eagles world champions. Nice try. Try again. Yeah, okay. Keep praying. Kimbo's. Okay. Better passing team. With who? 2904? All right. Let's go over to the defense. Here's your Super Bowl players that started the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Milton Williams, Oren Burks, Josh Sweat, Darius Slay, Gardner Johnson. 5 starters that started every playoff game and the Super Bowl are gone. 7 starters and a coordinator are gone off the football team. How are you the same? It's not that. Here, it's not that you can't replace Milton or Josh. You got to replace 7. It's the group. Get this. How are they a group of average guys on a football team that won 14 ball games and blew out teams in the NFC title game and in the Super Bowl? And you're starting Keely Ringo. How's that possible? Then the guys that you're replacing him with are worse than Joe. Seven starters and a coordinator will not start in September. And you think you're the same team. How? Where are you getting that from? Once again, I'm not talking about the Chiefs or the Rams. Stay with me, son. So you've got 80 days to develop these guys. And players who are injured, you don't know what John Campbell looks like. You will not know until middle of September. Dean, will he be ready for September? He's not going to be ready for training camp. Nolan, we'll see what happens in training. Hopefully he's ready for camp. Hope so. Be great. How are you the same? Help me out on this. What you're doing is living in the past. You're living in the past on a football team that doesn't exist anymore. And you're giving the benefit of the doubt to the guy that's been creative and retooling and rebuilding, especially the last 5 years. Because after the Super Bowl in 2017, it was a train wreck. It ended up 3 years later getting Doug fired, right? As great as Doug was in 2017, 2 years later, he was fired. Did Doug get fired in 2019? Right? He got fired in 2019 because of the way the team looked. Is that right? Did Doug Peterson get fired in 2019? Or was it 20 that he got fired in? I think it was 20. Because 21 was Sirianni's first year, right? It was 20. So let's see. Yeah, 3 years later, he was fired. Built a statue to guy. 3 years later, how's he get fired? Same architect, right? 3 years later, he's blown out. All right. Not saying that'll happen again, but it has happened. Well, so look what happened in 22. 23 wasn't as bad as the post-Doug stuff. Agreed, wasn't. Because you had built more of the football team around the quarterback position than you did around their other positions on the field. The two quarterbacks that you had with Foles and Wentz were instrumental in winning that Super Bowl. If you don't have both those guys on the team, obviously you don't win it. Obviously you don't win home field with Wentz, and you don't win a Super Bowl if you don't have Foles. And the receivers on that team were very mediocre. Let's be candid. 2017, Alshon Jeffries and those guys were fine. But they're not what you have now. The talent level on the team now is superior to that. Okay? Superior. So they've gotten better, no question, at rebooting. Not rebuilding, rebooting. They did a nice job. Here, though, you got 7 dudes that aren't on this team. Well, we got Apple replacements. Maybe. Maybe you do. And you got another guy who's going to be in Jalen Hurts' ear. How many guys is that now for Jalen? Okay, let's see. Nick, 21. Shane, and 21 and 22. Brian, 23. Kellen, 24. And now Kevin Patullo in 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coordinators in 5 years. Solid. Let's see here. Heard John say this. Let me do it. Let me rank Hurts' years. 22 is the best. Let's see. 22 is the best. 24 or 23, excuse me. Second, even though it's turnovers. I would say 2024 222 is the best. 23 second. 24, probably third. And 2025 would be fourth. Then his first year would be fifth. So 22, 23, 24, 25, 21. His best year was 2022. Last year was his third best year, even though, again, he wasn't asked to do much. With 5 different coordinators. Okay. Sure. I mean, you have a completely different football team. And every time you bring up Super Bowl champs, it's irrelevant to the conversation of 25. It's completely irrelevant. It has nothing to with today. You bring that up like it has any factor this year. It's a completely different group of dudes. Unless you've been on a football team, you would never know that. You think because the building's the same and the logo's the same and the equipment's the same, that the team's the same. Not true. Becton, a huge loss. Helped Barkley get open. Again, it's not just Becton. It's the 7 guys. It's a group. Then you count in Isaiah Rodgers. Then you start counting in people that you lost that were instrumental and also in the development of your second team. See, you've elevated a second team thinking that they're going to go, and you had people in here just now saying this, replaceable. You think 7 starters are replaceable off a Super Bowl title team? 7 out of 22 players. You're talking almost 25% of your team gone. And you think that's okay. And you're the same. Solid. Sills, let's be honest. Our defense got worse. We lose. Your defense got worse? I must have missed that in the Super Bowl. How did your defense get worse? You had a quarterback who was throwing for 90 yards in the postseason. Played exceptionally well in the the conference title in the Super Bowl. I mean, the passing game was atrocious in the first 2 rounds. Need our offense, especially Jalen, to carry the mail. If we can't afford it, it'll be the same. Hey, Samuel, they're not going to throw the ball. Why would you? My conversation about A.J. Brown had nothing to do with right and wrong. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about A.J. individually. Sander was talking about Malik Neighbors. And Malik Neighbors, that attitude is not foreign to all receivers in the league. There you go, Chris. Wishful thinking, buddy. I'm hoping for you. I hope he does stay. Hope he does. Hope's not a strategy, son. Hold on. This is like the Met Gala last night. You know, lights were going on everywhere and red carpet. And, oh, look, there's Jalen Hurts. Oh, look at him down there. Oh, my God. Look at Jalen. Look at that. Holy cow. Look at Jalen. That signal. I don't know, man. From what I understand, he's got a tea party with the Prince of Wales next week. He's going to be him and Meghan Markle and his new wife are going to be hanging out with Oprah there at the Great Branch. Man, this guy's a big superstar now. King Caboose. Holy cow, man. I thought that was great last night. I couldn't show up with my team in DC. Hey, by the way, congratulations to DC, man. The draft's going to be there in 27. Josh Harris, man. Way to go, Philly. It's quite a Sixer owner. Hey, Josh Harris couldn't bring the draft to Philly, but I'll tell you, he's bringing it to DC. And by the way, how about this one? Hey, Xander, will you do me a favor? I know I own the Commanders now, but shit, I own the Sixers. Can you buy season tickets? How you doing? And you know what Philly fan will do? Shit. You need to think about this when you got to root for the Sixers now. Watch here's a modern day Sixer fan. This is Xander here. Watch this. Hey, Xander, do you like the Sixers? Watch this. You go like this. Oh yeah. You wipe your mouth off. You feel like throwing up in a vomit bag on an airplane. All right. Without further ado, man, I'll tell you what, you want to listen to topics? I mean, you go to that Birds 365. I love Xander, though, man. This guy's playing ping pong, and he goes, and John brings the shit up, but yet somehow it comes out different over here in the afternoon. I don't know what it is. Because when I say A.J. Brown's connected all the dots, he's got 2 NFC title rings and a Super Bowl, and this guy wants to go to Canton. Everyone's like, oh, that means Hurts sucks. Hey, I never said he did. You did.